Happy happy weigh-in Sunday. I feel like I'm going to barely be able to get through this video. I don't actually know what is happening. I just started getting ready to record, and I do know what's happening. So we'll talk about it a little bit, but I'm trying to keep it together. I think this time of the year is hard for a lot of people, and it got even harder this week, and it's not my usual content. If you don't know who I am, hi, I'm Nikki, and this content, this channel is all about my GLP1 weight loss journey. It's all about how I've lost over 95 pounds since my highest weight, and I've gained so much in confidence, in creating boundaries, which is what's causing this little bout of emotion right now. And I've gained so much good, even though I'm not at my goal weight. I still have 50 plus pounds to go. This morning I did weigh in at 189 pounds even. My goal weight is 135. Between 135 and 145 is pretty much where I want to live when I'm done with this and in maintenance. And this week was not good. This week was not good. The scale says that I've lost half a pound. So I have lost half a pound. All of the data from my Hume scale is trending in the right direction. I do want to point out that in my video last week, I said something stupid again. That's kind of common. You guys should just watch my videos and just write down all the stupid shit I say, because I am not an expert. I am sharing authentically my feelings and my knowledge, and sometimes my knowledge is shit, and I say things wrong, and that's okay. Correct me in the comments kindly, which is what this person did. This person was extremely kind in the comment, but I felt really stupid because I know that we cannot gain 5 pounds of muscle in a week, right? I know that. I've done my research. I know that gaining muscle is actually harder than losing fat. So when I'm talking about the fact that my fat percentage is going down and my muscle percentage is going up, I'm not saying that I'm gaining that much muscle. I'm just saying that the trajectories are going in the right way. So while my fat is going down, my muscle is going up. Now, whether that's probably the tiniest little percentage or the tiniest little minuscule of a pound, right? I'm not going to gain 5 pounds of muscle in 1 week. That's literally impossible. But what I'm saying is that in the long game, in the end game, the muscle is going up and the fat is going down, and that's the goal. That's what we want to see, and we want to continue to see, and that is what we're seeing again this week. I'm not gonna deep dive into the data again this week, because this week was about so much more than that. But if you guys like that, I can do that more often. I just don't know what's preferred and what's not preferred. I definitely am seeing so for example, last week I was 189.5 pounds. This week I'm 189 pounds. Last week I was complaining because I did everything right and gained weight. This week I'm complaining because I did everything wrong and lost weight. It's crazy because the comments are telling me that I'm doing everything wrong and I do things worse than that video and I lose weight. And it's very difficult when you are doing everything right and you're showing up at the gym and you're not eating out, and I'm doing all these things, and then I gain weight, and then I have a shitty week like this last week, and I lose weight. Make it make sense. And then also keep in mind, why am I doing all the extra things if I can do what I did this past week and lose weight on the scale? It doesn't make sense. But ultimately, my goal is health, right? Ultimately, my goal is to get to a good place, healthy place, the best that I can, and also live a life that I want to live and enjoy the foods that I want to enjoy, but in moderation, and have I want to get healthy. I want to go to the gym. I want to work out. I have these goals. I want those things for my health, even though when I do those things, the scale does not reflect it. Let's talk about this week. This week was a lot. This week I am having some insane emotions, and because of the emotions, I have given into emotional eating. First of all, and we'll kind of go like surface level to more deep and really underlying issues, which hopefully I don't cry about. But so more surface level, it was the last week of school before winter break. And the way that my mind works is that once I'm looking forward to something like that, everything else just kind of clicks off, and I forget to like make lunch, or I forget to take my lunch, because my mind is already at winter break, and my mind is already like, let's get through this week. It's going to be difficult because the last week before break with sixth graders is difficult. Luckily, I have a great class. I also had my formal observation scheduled for this week. So on Wednesday, I had my formal observation, which is my only formal observation for the whole year, which means that that formal observation is going to be what really ultimately decides like the bonus that I get next year, and my score and my grade on how effective of a teacher I am. And it's the week before winter break, when my mind is already in winter break. My kid's mind is already in winter break, and I knew I was going to have to just show up and do my best, and I tried not to overthink it. But if you're a teacher, you know you can like tell yourself over and over again that you don't care. Like you could tell yourself all day long that you don't care about your score, or you're going to do what you always do, and if they don't like it, then that's their problem and not your problem, and it's just a job, and your life is so much bigger. And you can tell yourself all that, but that it does not matter. Once you know that that principal is walking into your door that day, everything else falls. Everything else. So that's what happened on Wednesday. I had my post observation on Friday morning, and I actually did very well. It's actually my best score that my principal has ever given me. She was very happy with my lesson. Like it went so well. It went so well. And of course, I'm stressing out about it. So that was kind of like the more surface level, least emotional part of my week. But that added to the emotional eating. The morning of my observation, I did not make a lunch. I was stressed out, and I ended up ordering lunch multiple times this week. The day before my observation, I got a heartbreaking call. I'm sorry. I smile when I try not to cry because I'm trying to like keep it together, but I got a call that my uncle passed away. I'm not as close to my family as an adult as I would like to be. They live in Texas. I live in Arizona. It's very expensive to fly. It's not really drivable with my anxiety. Driving 17 hours like that is a lot. So the only time we can really go is if we fly. It's been a while. The last time I saw him, I think, was at my grandma's funeral, which was, I think, 2 years ago. But growing up, like, that was like the highlight of my childhood when we would go to like San Antonio and we would stay at his house, and my cousins were there, and it was just like, he did mean a lot to me. He meant a lot to me. The whole family does. And he was my grandma's baby. We lost her a couple years ago. So my grandpa was the one who was calling me. And if you know anything about my backstory, I think I've posted a little bit about it, but throughout high school, I lived with my grandparents. My mom was a drug addict, and I lived with my grandparents, and they are the world to me. So to know that my grandpa lost his baby was really hard. I tend to not feel my feelings. I push them away because of my upbringing, because of my mom. And so for me to embrace what I'm feeling is really hard. And it's just not fair. Like, it's not fair that they lost a dad who showed up every day. Like, I'm mad. I'm so mad about it because it's just not fair. It's not, like, what the hell? So that happened this week, and that triggered emotional eating. I just wanted to eat. I just didn't want to think. Like, it wasn't even about like what I was eating. I just didn't want to think about like cooking lunch or bringing lunch to school. I didn't want to think about what I was doing. I just wanted to eat because I needed to eat and I was hungry, and it was easier to just eat out. It was easier to just order something. And that's what I did. There are like people talking right outside my window right now. It's really weird. I don't know what I hear. Maybe they're doing landscaping or something. I don't know, but I'm trying to get it back together. Okay. And then on top of that, the holiday season is really difficult because my whole being wants to have nothing to do with my mother. And I know that's harsh. And I know some of you hear that and you're like, what? That's your mom. That's your family. But you don't know the extent. You don't know the story. And it's just hard because my cousin literally just lost her dad. And I'm over here like, I don't want anything to do with my mom. Nothing to do with her. And I just can't cut her off, even though I should. A little bit of a backstory here, if you don't know, she was a drug addict my whole childhood. She says the worst things, the meanest things to me that you can imagine. I'm going to give you guys some examples in just a second because it gets worse. So she's texting me and I'm telling her, and honestly, I'm having ChatGPT help me with this, right? Like, because I don't know how to say it nicely and kindly, and I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to just set a boundary. And she ruined Thanksgiving. So she fought with me on Thanksgiving. She threw a whole temper tantrum, screaming and yelling in front of my kids, then asked me to go outside to talk about it. And then I tried to tell her why it wasn't okay that she did that. And she just defended herself and yelled at me again and just thinks that there's nothing that she does is wrong. So I told her, I want you there for Christmas, but if you cause a scene or you're disrespectful like you were on Thanksgiving, you're not coming over anymore. Like, I set that boundary. I was like, I'm going to give you this chance. And so then she kind of like fought back a little bit and was like, I was fine on Thanksgiving. We had a great Thanksgiving and it was beautiful, and like just love bombing me after that. And then she kept love bombing me, and she's asking me if my 9-year-old can come over, and I'm telling her like maybe, and I'm just trying to kind of appease her. And then she starts throwing out that if I don't let Jolene come over to her house, then she has no reason to live, and she's been miserable for the last 5 years. So like she's like guilt tripping me now and telling me all this stuff. And so I just kind of cut off the conversation, and she calls my boundaries rules. And she's like, you give me all of these rules and obligations, and I have to do exactly what you tell me to do. And I'm like, no, they're boundaries. And she's like, well, you call them boundaries, I call them rules. And it's just like this conversation. It's so much. I could go on and on about this. And I'm sure that's not why you're here, but that's what this video is going to be. So she goes on, and ultimately I just kind of stopped talking to her, and I'm like, I'm not going to come get you. If David, my little brother, wants to come pick you up, then he can. So she's like, okay, well, I'm going to reach out to David. And I was like, good. And then, so then David, my little brother, starts texting me this morning, and he's telling me like, he said, I almost am not going to come get her because of the conversation we're having. And I'm like, what's happening? And he's like, oh, like, so he sends me all the screenshots, and she, to him, is calling me names like, and cover your ears, please, because I just want to tell you, but I hate these words. Like, these are like, she called me a bitch. That's a word I use, but this word is like, I will never use this word. I will never call someone this word. I think it is the biggest disgusting word that you can call someone, and that's C-U-N-T. I don't even want to say it. See, I'm not even going to say it, but C-U-N-T. So she calls me that, to my little brother, and she's like going on and on about how I'm setting these rules for her and she has to she's like obligated to follow all of my rules, and she's just going on and kind of yelling at my little brother, like just manipulating him. And he responds to her and he's like, those aren't rules, those are boundaries, and it's her house. And like he essentially tells her like she's earned all of those things. And instead of listening to him, now she comes back and she's attacking him now because he's not agreeing with her, because he's not on her side. So she's attacking him, telling him that he's like, we're all wrong. All of her kids hate her. And like, it's just this manipulation spiral. And it's so much. It's so bad. I almost wish I could just show you guys the messages, but I hope you hear me when I say it was so bad, just straight on attacking me. And for me, like I use ChatGPT as my therapist, and like what ChatGPT explains it as is just like she's going into this martyr, love bombing, narcissistic, and then, oh, she was calling me a narcissist. I'm the narcissist in her eyes. I want to so badly never speak to her again. And I hate saying that. And it hurts me to say that. But I'm so angry. I'm so angry with her. Like a mother should not be like that. And it hurts me because like I want the same mom that like all these other women have and all these other men have. Like I just want a mom that I can count on. And I did have that. That was my Nana. And that was my husband's mom. And both of them have been taken from me. I've been with my husband for almost 20 years, so I got the privilege of knowing what a mom should be like to a child for 17 years. And my Nana, my grandma, was the perfect parent. And so when I'm dealing with all of this, I'm just like, why? Like, why can't she be that? Like, why? Why does she live in this world where she cannot admit wrong? Like she can't admit, like she will take no accountability for anything that she has done or put us through in our life. Even I tell her, my little brother tells her, my big brother tells her, we all tell her these things, and not once will she just take accountability and be a better person. I thought that we left our conversation off at a decent point. And to know that right after that, she got in a text message fight with my brother, calling me those names, a narcissist, a bitch, a cunt, that I'm giving her all these rules and that I'm keeping my child from her. I am sorry, but I don't want my child around someone who speaks like that. Am I wrong? Like, I'm not on here to get you guys to tell me that I'm right. That's not what this is. Please, that's not what this is. I know I'm right. I know that my boundaries that I'm setting are right. That's one of the biggest things that has happened with me on this weight loss journey, is that I've been able to not want that relationship with her anymore, not need her approval. I don't need it. I don't want it. I could care less what she thinks about me. And that has changed immensely in the last 2 years because I became a happier person and I don't need it anymore. I don't need other people to tell me that I'm doing things right. I don't need other people to lift me up because I can do that myself. And it's one of my favorite things ever. It's one of my favorite things ever is that I don't need validation from a single fucking person besides myself. And the reason why I show up here is because that's what I want for you guys as well. I show up here almost as just documenting my own story and sharing these things with people who get it, who have been through it. I don't want you to feel alone. I don't feel alone because of you. So if anything, the reason why I show up here is because I just don't want to feel alone, but I don't need my my feelings like validated. If that, I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. You guys tell me. Don't tell me. I don't need to tell me, but don't tell me. Like I want your comments, and I want your like if you're going through something like this, I want to know. I want to be there for you. I want you to know that you're not alone and that your feelings are validated, even if you don't need me to tell you. I know there was a time that I did need it. There was a time that I needed people to tell me that I could cut her off, that I didn't need to have her in my life. And maybe a little bit of me still does, because I am still clinging on to something, right? I'm still clinging on to some sort of hope. It doesn't help that my grandpa, who I told you is my everything, he practically, like, he is the reason, him and my Nana are the reason I am who I am. He's very old school. And my little brother, I just got a message, and my little brother was talking to him on the phone. And my Popo is very much like, it's like he doesn't hear any of it. He doesn't hear like that she called me these names and that the way she disrespects my house. He doesn't hear it. And in his eyes, she's my mom no matter what. And so he's telling my little brother to make sure and go and get her and bring her for Christmas. Like it's like he doesn't hear it. He's also really old. Don't let him watch this. But I mean, he's just that older generation that thinks that family comes no matter what. And I'm not, that's not me. That's not me. And, but I do care about what he thinks, and I do want him to be happy, and I don't want to do anything that would hurt him. So I guess the end of all of this, my little brother is going to go pick her up, and she will be at my house for a couple hours. I don't know how it's going to go, but that's weighing on me so much. Like, I just want to enjoy my Christmas. Like, I just want to enjoy the holiday. And I don't know if I can, if she's there. And that sucks, but it's one day. It's one day. It's one day. But now I have to tell her that I don't know if I'm comfortable with my daughter going to her house alone. And that's hard. Okay, so needless to say, this week has sucked for the most part. Last night, we went to a like Christmas thing at the farm, and it was beautiful, and there were lights, and we had so much fun, and my kids saw Santa, and I took a picture with Santa. I'm going to show you 2 pictures. This is a picture of me with Santa and my daughter in like 2017, maybe 18, I think. And this was yesterday. Like, the difference between these 2 women is night and day. This picture sent me into a deep depression. This picture is the best I have felt in my entire life. So ultimately, like, I am in a good place, but this week has just been a lot of stress and hurt, and I'm just happy it's over. I think this next 2 weeks are going to be great. I'm home. I don't have any reason to see or talk to anyone I don't want to talk to besides one day, and we'll get through it. And it'll be okay. It'll be okay. I did take my injection yesterday, so I moved my injections to Saturday mornings instead of Friday mornings. So I just moved it one day, just because I was struggling with getting up and getting to work and not forgetting my injection. So Saturday mornings make more sense. I am on a 7 milligram dose, and I do feel like this is going to be a good week. We are manifesting a good week. All right. It's also like super close to the new year. So if you guys are ready to get started, you know what to do. I'm not going to do like a big outro for this video. This video is going to be insane. If you made it to the end of this video, if you watched all of this, please let me know. Please let me know, because that means the world to me. That means so much to me, because this wasn't about weight loss. I mean, kind of, right? This is about life and how life sometimes sucks, and we're going to get through it, and we're going to do better, and we're going to rise up, and it'll be okay. It'll all be okay. All right. Maybe watch like one of these videos that is me not crying. And I will see you later this week. I have more time. I should be able to get at least one more video up this week. And maybe we'll do like a Christmas vlog. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. That might be a bad idea. All right. Well, I hope you guys have an amazing Christmas. I will post a video on Christmas for my members only, just wishing you a Merry Christmas and having a little bit of a pep talk on Christmas. So keep that in mind if you are one of the members of this channel. I will post that on Christmas. Okay, don't forget, you are doing so much better than you think. You've got this. Bye.